You're going to learn what you need to know about dividing integers. In this situation, a diver needs to descend, that means go down, to a depth of 100 feet. She wants to do it in 5 equal descents. And they do that to equalize the pressure in their ears. It's actually quite a real life situation. How far should she travel in each descent? Okay, we're going to use the number line over here, but I'm going to do that later. We're going to go through these steps. I'm going to skip A for now. To solve this problem, you can set up a division problem. You have negative 100 divided by 5, because there's going to be 5 descents. You rewrite the division problem as a multiplication problem. Think about some number divided by 5 equals negative 100. Okay, we have, in this, we will have 5. And you got to remember the rules for multiplication. And that is this, my zero triangle right here. And the product of a negative, if one of them is a negative, and one of the factors must be a negative. Since 5 is positive, we know the other factor must be negative, because our answer here is going to be a descent negative. So one's positive, one's negative, so we know the other one's negative. And you know that 5 times negative 20 equals negative 100. But I skipped this. You know that 5 times 20 is 100, so the rules for integer multiplication means that 5 times negative 20 is negative 100. The diver should descend 20 feet in each descent. And so now 20 feet for each one. We know that this will be 20, 40, negative 60, negative 80, and negative 100. And there's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 descents right there. And we will use that process of 14 divided by 7. That's 2. And we have also a zero triangle for division. So that's a positive divided by a positive divided by a negative. Oops, you couldn't see that, huh? So a positive divided by a negative right there is a negative, so that's going to be negative 2. We have a 36 divided by 9. That is 4. And negative divided by negative is positive. So that's positive 4. I'll just leave it as 4. And 55 divided by 11, that is 5. And negative divided by positive is negative. Okay. And 45 divided by 5 is 9. And negative divided by negative is positive, so I'll leave it at 9. Our conjecture, so on the evidence right here, the quotient means to divide, the answer to a division problem, the quotient of two integers with different signs. The quotient of two integers with different signs is negative. If they're the same sign, the answer is positive, and that's based on our zero triangle right here. Okay, now dividing integers, we have to also think about dividing by 0. That's not possible. Also, this 5 divided by 0, don't know. 0 divided by something, yeah. Or so if 5, trying to figure out what is 5 divided by 0. Well, that would mean 0 times some number equals 5. If you think about it, let's see, 6 divided by 2 equals 3. That means I could take 2 times 3. I could take 2 times 3, and that equals 6. This relationship is what they're showing over here. If you have 5 divided by 0 is whatever you're trying to figure out, well, 0 times what you're trying to figure out has to be 5. And there is no number that you can multiply by 0 and get 5, because 0 times any number is 0 still. So this is called undefined right here. It does not exist. Can't do it. Not possible. So what you can do in your notes here, 5 divided by 0 is undefined, but 0 divided by 5, you can do that. That's 0. So there's a big difference going on there. On these, 24 divided by 3 is 8. Using the zero triangle, 24 positive divided by negative, is negative, so their answer is -8. Negative 6 divided by -2. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and a negative divided by a negative, I can do that right here. A negative divided by a negative is a positive, so we have +3 for our answer. And 0 divided by -9. Well, 0 divided by anything is still 0, so there you go. And another fact that I want you to know is it doesn't matter where the negative is, you'll still have the same answer. -6 divided by 2, that's the same thing as 6 divided by -2, and that's the same thing as 6 divided by 2 with a negative in front of it. As long as you have one negative, it doesn't matter where it is. But if you have, so I'll say those are all equal, but it's not equal to -6 divided by -2. So that's not the same. Oh, I said -2. Haha, just kidding. That's not the same because a negative divided by a negative, right here, negative divided by negative is a positive. So this is equal to 6 divided by 2. So these are the same, but these are not the same. That's it. With that, and I have one quick example to show you where we have word problems. So first thing, in this word problem, Jake answers questions in 2 different online Olympic trivia quizzes. Each quiz, he loses points when he gives an incorrect answer. The table below here shows the points lost for each wrong answer in the quiz and Jake's total points lost in each quiz. Which quiz did he have more wrong answers? So points for lost in a wrong answer, 3 points, a total loss of 33, and you lose 7 points for each wrong answer here, and you lost 56 points on that quiz. So to figure out this, we need to compare these two. If we take 33, -33 divided by -3, we find that he had 11 wrong answers in the winter quiz, and in this one, -56 divided by -7, right here, is 8. So he had 8 wrong answers here, and since 11 is greater than, that's an inequality symbol right there. 11 is greater than 8. All right. Greater than. You have to be able to know how to speak that right there. That means greater than. Therefore, Jake had more wrong answers in the winter quiz than he did in the summer quiz. Even though he lost more points here, he answered more incorrect questions on that one. So in this problem down here, in a penalty in Meteor Mania, which must be a game, is -5 seconds. A penalty in Cosmic Calamity is -7 seconds. Yolanda had penalties totaling -20 seconds, 25 seconds in a game of Meteor Mania, and loss of 35 seconds or -35 seconds in a game of Cosmic Calamity. In which game did Yolanda receive more penalties? Justify your answer. So you got to give a reason for your answer. And what I have is this. Yolanda received the same number of penalties in each game. It was 5. And I divided. A -25 divided by -5. That means I have 5 wrong answers here. And -35 divided by -7. There's also a lot, 5 wrong answers there. So there you go.